humble submission of the accused persons that this Honorable Court Martial has got no territorial jurisdiction to entertain the charges as spelled out in the charge sheet, and it would be violation of Article 23 and 28 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda if you proceeded to entertain this matter. Mr. Chairman, the Constitution confines the jurisdiction of this Honorable Court Martial to matters relating to offences allegedly committed within the territory of Uganda. Mr. Chairman, under Article 23, 28:12, no person shall be convicted of a criminal offence unless the offence is defined and the penalty for it prescribed by law. And also yes, I'm coming to Article 28:7 as well. If I may be permitted to make my case, no person shall be charged with or convicted of a criminal offence which is founded on an act or commission that did not, at the time it took place, constitute a criminal offence. Mr. Chairman, when you look at the charge sheet, the particulars allege that while in Athens and in Greece, rather in Geneva, Switzerland, and also Kenya, in Nairobi, Kenya, they accuse the persons alleged to have committed those offences, particularly the allegations that they were found in possession of weapons which are ordinarily a monopoly of defense forces. Mr. Chairman, weapons in Kenya, or military hardware in Kenya, or Athens, or in Geneva, cannot be a monopoly of UPDF. The UPDF Act specifically talks about weapons which are the monopoly of UPDF, not the defense forces or security forces of Switzerland, of Greece, or of Kenya. When you look at the provisions of Article 28:7, those acts, the impandi acts spelled out in the charge sheet, would only constitute offences in those countries, either in Kenya, in Greece, in Switzerland, or in Greece. Because, Mr. Chairman, the particulars here, we are talking Colonel Dr. Besigye, while at Riverside apartment in Nairobi, Kenya, we are found in unlawful possession of a pistol model this, which is ordinarily a monopoly of the defense forces. Mr. Chairman, this one has two limbs. One, the defense forces are not defined. Are you talking about the defense forces of Uganda, of Kenya, of Greece, or of Switzerland? They are not defined here. And that touches on two issues. One of jurisdiction, but also on regulations, particularly Regulation 22. Regulation 22 provides as follows. An accused may, before pleading to a charge, object to it on the grounds that it's not correct in law or that it's not framed in accordance with these regulations. And if he does so, the prosecutor may address the court in answer to the objection, and the accused may reply to the prosecutor's address. This is Regulation 22 of your regulations here. An accused may, before pleading to the charge, object to it on grounds that it is not correct in law and that it is not framed in accordance with these regulations. So this is a defective charge sheet. This is our contention, Mr. Chairman, that it's not framed in accordance with the UPDF. Rather, with the UPDF Act. It's not framed in accordance with the UPDF Act of 2005 because it is purporting to bring into the confines of this court, the jurisdiction of court, matters which relate to weapons of other countries, defense forces. It could be KDF, that is Kenya Defense Forces, or elsewhere. Because if it were a charge sheet relating to offenses under the UPDF Act, specifically they would state it here that contrary to a particular provision which talks about weapons which are ordinarily a monopoly of the UPDF. But here they are talking to contrary to defense forces. So the presumption is that this court martial has jurisdiction all over the world. That is universal jurisdiction. That whoever is found in possession of any weapon which is alleged to be a monopoly of defense forces, not UPDF, or defense forces worldwide, then this honorable court martial has got jurisdiction to deal with that. So that offense, Regulation 22, and the charge sheet becomes defective. It's not correct in law. It's not framed in accordance with the. It's not framed in accordance with the UPDF Act. Then the other limb of the argument, Mr. Chairman, is in relation to the way the accused persons were transferred from Kenya and brought here. Mr.